like, oh, let me go. And so, I just got into that. And
Yeah,
so he he absolutely murdered it. Him, and I don't, and again, I don't just take lightly him, his whole lineup.
because DC Urban is. I heard some of his stuff too. He's pretty funny too. He's hilarious too.
um Fool.
Now
You hear me?
I done seen some of his stuff. He is pretty funny, and I
Way
enjoy it.
he sets up his comedy to start to finish to messing with the crowd. Like sometimes in the crowd, so much stuff can kind of go on.
Yeah,
Not and this particular thing, it wasn't like any fights, arguments, anything. But at one point, somebody like dragged the chair. It sounded like somebody passed gas. I ain't gonna lie. I'm talking to the point the people at that I looked at my girl. Did we just hear the same thing? Other tables looked at each other to the point the comedian couldn't
you can
ignore
focus. No, you can't ignore it now. If everyone notices it, you're not gonna ignore it at that point.
me. I felt like I kept trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, well, maybe somebody slid a chair, across the floor, whatever. So then he just went offset and just started going in. Did you just fart? And they like, and he just made it pure comedy out of something impromptu. And so he made it 10 times funnier. Then he was able to jump back in his set. So it was a truly, truly awesome night of comedy.
See, that is dope when you can transition like that from something that happened to go off script, do improv, and then go right back into your set. That's super dope.
It was so fun. Like just rolling with the punches, like Tony Baker when he came out. Um like if you've never seen Tony Baker live, he looks so different. He doesn't Tony Baker is so huge.
Yeah, I know he's a tall dude. I know he's tall.
You know Tony Baker's tall until you see him in person.
Right.
And then it's like, wait a minute, hold up. Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why are you so cut up? It's different. Like, I can't explain it, but from a female perspective, seeing him online and seeing him in person is
Totally
totally,
different.
because he is so statuesque. He is so tall, so cut up that you like,
What?
oh, Baker.
Hey
And
man, I got you Friday. All right. Yeah, cut him down. Thank you, sir.
and this girl and her friend that was sitting at the stage, um, when he came out, she was so in awe, you know,
Yeah, how big is Tony Baker? He about like he like over
and,
6 feet. He a tall
and
dude.
it kind of threw her off. It threw a lot of us off. So she went from clapping to not clapping because she's like literally staring at him, and he just went in. Are
Oh.
you clapping? Why are you? I mean, he just in his full Tony Baker made a whole joke out of her not clapping. He messed with her the entire show.
Oh.
And I'm not talking about mean, like what people consider mean, messing with a person, like cracking on them or anything. He just made it funny, like, oh, so you're not gonna clap for me? And she was like, I'm just as shocked how you look. And she was like, what did it happen? He said, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't. It made her, blush and laugh. And then in the middle of him doing his set, he's like, I still remember you weren't clapping. And they're like, everybody just busts out laughing. And he was so interactive with people in the crowd. And like one guy went up to go use the bathroom, he had a vest on. Like he was partially dressed. So you just got a vest on, you got no jacket on, huh? And the
Uh-huh.
guy, what about that Tony Baker t-shirt right now, huh? And the guy was threw his thumb up. And like he was just like, but he was playfully messing with people. Like another lady,
Yeah.
and he said, oh, come on, Blouse. Oh, Blouse is gonna buy her a shirt too. So he was really like, it was so fun the way he was dealing with the crowd and just I I laughed at all four acts. All four acts really, really did their thing. And like I said, it was just a great night of comedy.
That's super dope, man. Because yeah, I saw Tony Baker. He arguably to me, he's one of the best comedians out right now. Period.
Yeah,
Because of how he interacts and how he just can make anything funny, and it's not offensive. You know what I mean? I know he been messing with your friend during the show, but it wasn't like vicious. It wasn't malicious and nothing like
Right,
that. It was very playful and fun, and everybody got a good laugh. Everybody enjoyed themselves.
right.
That's that's the type of comedians I like. I don't like it when they just go off and start just talking about people. I'm like, eh, that's not really that kind of. That's not my type of humor like that.
I could deal with it back in the day when you talking about somebody like Bernie Mac. Um, Bernie Mac could make roasting you, and
Legendary.
not to the point where it was like super offensive, but because you know he's doing it to be funny, but
Yeah.
hardcore to me like offensive. So it was just like it's just so good to I just love seeing people do their art in their different ways and their different styles of doing their art and what's super comfortable for them. Because right now I'm not comfortable
Hmm.
with just standing on stage right now, and that's a weight issue. And so like I say, it's just so much to learn in this business and this craft and with the art form and everything. And so I'm happy to be in it. I'm just definitely happy to be in it. And it was a good night with my girls, and it was a much needed night of just laughter. So yeah, I had a really good time.
Good. I'm so glad you did. When you told me you was going to the show, I'm like, I know she gonna have a good time. I said, I know she gonna have a good time.
He
And
told me,
oh yeah, you going to see Mr. Baker? Yeah, you gonna have a good time. You are definitely gonna have a good time. Because he's one of the
so
few comedians and me and the wife, we thought about like, you know what? We would actually travel to go see him.
yeah,
For real. We would travel to go see him.
certain comedians that I have seen recently that I like, Ali Sadiq could always get my money. He's circling back, not coming to Richmond, but the closest I think he's gonna get um with this tour he's doing right now, or with him being out right now, he's going to Charlotte.
Okay.
I might go to Charlotte in a couple of months to see him just because he was so good here. He was so
Yeah.
and I just love his style of comedy. Because he really just cracks me up. And I love to see a lot of these comedians now before they start doing like arenas, because once they do arenas, ain't really no meet and greets and stuff like that because
Oh, they ain't got time for that now.
so big, it's impossible to do an arena with 2,000 seats or 3,000 seats and then after the fact meet your fans. So like
Nah, yeah, no, man, that's not likely to happen. But yeah, like the funny bone and stuff like that. Yeah, that's when you get real personal, man. It was dope. That's where we met Ryan Davis at, and it was a good night.
either. Um Ali Sadiq had two shows back to back, just like Tony Baker. But he after his show, he could have went in the green room and decompressed and waited for the next. He said met all his fans
That's super.
and did the same thing with his second set a show and his second set. I mean his second show, and so much so they didn't get out there until like 1 in the morning. That's
Dang.
because taking pictures with fans and stuff
Yeah, after
after
the show.
and some people some comedians I know at one point when Jess Hilarious was out here, and I don't want to say she just started because I don't know when her career started, but I feel like when she started doing clubs and doing her stand up, she was charging people to take pictures with her, and people were getting offended.
Hmm.
And when people don't know the industry, they think, oh, she's probably they just feel like she's being a bitch, but no, comedy is not a $1 million business for the average comedian. It is
No,
You're not making millions of dollars doing a show,
no, you got to grind it out.
right? And so I've learned that in this industry just from watching and studying and listening. And so like Tony Baker sells the bakery shirts and he only sells them at his live shows. So it's not like you can order one. Like this is a privilege
Yeah, it's
purchase
exclusive, exclusive.
to have actually seen me perform live. So I'm like, I love that. I love the side hustle. Um, inside of the comedy hustle or whatever. Um, I've become one of those people that collect merch. Um, when I do comedy now, pretty much every comedy show I've been to, I bought merch. It's just my thing now because
Yeah,
I want to have a comedy room, and I want to put all my stuff up in that particular room. So every time I go in, and I like just to support the comedians and their craft and so yeah, but yeah, Tony Baker's hilarious.
Man, he is Tony Baker. He is absolutely one of my favorites. And Ali Sadiq, he is becoming one of my new favorites. I literally watched three of his specials that were on YouTube. I'm like out tired. I tell you, I was up to like 4 in the morning looking at that man, trying not to laugh, wake up the house. So I was like, yo, this is ridiculous.
The Domino Effect part two is literally poetic. Like he really did a thing with Domino Effect too. Like
Mm-hmm.
yet to witness that in comedy.
And
And
when
I've been around a long time and seen some of the greats. Just the
yeah,
whole thing was set up was brilliant. That was just brilliant, brilliant work in my opinion. And it's so many comedians out here and just so much talent in this
yeah,
comedy thing in this comedy world. And so, like I say, I'm learning and loving it at the same time. So,
good. I'm glad, cousin. You gonna get to where you want to go too. You gonna
oh,
get to where you want to go.
it's God's will.
You gonna get there because man, I tell you, I sent you the picture that we took too of with Ryan Davis. I just texted that to you, so yeah, you can check that out because yeah, we had it was such a good night when we went there. Everybody on that was on the lineup was great. All of them were. I'm like, man, people are really talented out here.
Hmm.
People are truly talented, and I don't mind supporting someone. I don't mind supporting a local comedian, local artist. If you trying to come up and you sound good, hey, you got my attention off bat. You got my attention, and you know what? I don't mind supporting you. I don't mind doing that.
I just love across the board. So music, whatever, whatever. If it's good, I support it. Um,
Yeah,
again, because there's so much good talent out here that you could really be missing out when you don't allow yourself to see the variety of stuff that's out here. Even like when I go to plays and stuff like that, you have to really see that what's out here. Like it's so much out here, so much.
it is. It really is. One thing that I did see that at the one of the theaters downtown, I forgot the name of it, but they had a Michael Jackson musical. I'm like, are you serious?
Mhm.
And I was like, uh, I gotta check that out when it's back because I missed the when it was in season or whatever.
Super, super dope.
You saw it?
Like that, the Tim one, the Tina Turner one, like get
Oh,
people they have done those artists well. They have
oh,
done, and so, like I think it was before the pandemic. I always make a list every year, like people I want to see.
yeah.
And so my niece did this play in school. I want to say maybe her senior year or her junior year, something like that, called Once on This Island. And I went to the school to see the kids perform it, but then I saw that they were doing it on Broadway. They had brought it back on Broadway.
Oh,
And Newell, who used to be on Glee, was in it. And I'm a big Alex Newell fan, just because I love the way he sings. I love his voice. And so I saw that he was playing in Once on This Island as Osaka, one of the gods of
okay.
the island. And I was like, just writing it down on my list of people I wanted to see perform live. And we went to New York. We went to Broadway to see their play, and it did not disappoint. And it's so funny because certain times, like when it comes to like plays and Broadway and stuff like that, you can get there on a night when the understudy's there.
Yeah.
And so I was blessed that I got there. Um, I had a great seat.
Hmm.
Um, Alex was there. At one point in the show, he had to run up into our section as a
Oh.
part, and I was fangirling. And he looks at me and winks, and I lose my shit. Like, like did Alex Newell really look at me and wink? Like, do you know I literally came here to see you? Like, and was blessed to see this whole cast of talented people, um, just in the element. And afterwards, I got to meet Alex, and so it was just like the best time ever. So I'm such a supporter of live arts and people's craft. because you really get an experience when you see it live.
You absolutely do. It's nothing like witnessing it live. You can watch it on TV and online and all that stuff, but seeing it live, it's a world of difference. It's a world. It's like, yo, I saw this with my own eyes.
Oh
I
yeah.
have, I have memories of this that I can replay in my own brain, not from a TV. No, I saw this. I witnessed this live. And that's such a dope feeling.
Like I seen Cats.
You
I believe
seen
Cats came here earlier this
that
month.
Castle was here.
Man, and I wasn't gonna go, because I had initially planned to go, and then I planned to go and see if somebody wanted to go. Never can find anybody. I'm just kind of over my generation of adults. And so then I decided, I think I actually was working two jobs at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had so much time on my hands. I was like, let me get another job. Um, and I was just starting that job, and they were like, "Do you have any known time that you're going to be off?" And I'm thinking, "No." But then some just say, "Tell them no. This particular day you supposed to be going to see Cats." And I think it was on a Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be going, and I'm not going to be here to stay. And so they was like, oh, "Okay." And I ended up buying tickets like last minute, and because one of my old coworkers was like, "No, I love stuff like that. I'll go if you get the tickets. Like, let me know. I'll send you the money. We'll get the tickets. We can go." I'm like, "Cool." Mm, Listen,
Mm.
time was had.
Man, you saw.
Jelly,
I always wanted to see because I've never seen it before. I've never seen it
like,
in person.
we're in there. She's like, "So you know the music?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I love
Yeah.
theater. I'm a theater kid." And so I'm like, I love live arts. I love theater. I love Broadway. So I'm a big, huge, huge, huge Cats fan. So she was cracking up at me because I had been singing like the whole week to her or texting her Jellicle Cats. And she was like, so by the time she got there, she was singing, I'm a Jellicle, Jellicle, Jellicle. And then we get in there and she realizes like a whole musical thing going on. There's all kinds of songs and, um, Mr. Mistopheles, which I think people gonna kick me out. You that these people were my children performing,
Yeah,
not performing for the person. I'm performing for. I'm literally cheering for the character.
that is
Um,
hilarious.
the end of Cats is pretty much Mr. Mistopheles doing this like amazing number, and he is killing it with the choreography, the pirouettes, like you name it. And and I called you. We
Oh
got
yeah.
out
Oh, come on now.
cheering and hyping up in our culture, and so he is performing, he is doing it, and I am literally out my seat, like, you better, Mr. Mistopheles, you better, Mr. Mistopheles. Like, I am like, yeah. He was like super, like I felt like I could scream him into an even better performance. But it was so awesome. He did a phenomenal job. Everybody on that cast, then when they came here to Richmond, did an amazing job. Um, Cats is just one of the most brilliant pieces of work ever created, ever. And I was so glad that they were that. And I think they were here in Norfolk, or either they're coming here in Norfolk in 2024, I
Okay.
believe.
2020. If they're coming to Norfolk in 2024, I need to check the schedule because I will ride with you to go see it.
I'm there. I'm dressing like a cat because I told
I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing that.
Marissa when we went to Cats, I was like, I'm gonna dress like a cat. She's like, I'm dressed like a cat. People kind of feel like, oh, it's gonna be embarrassing. I missed my opportunity.
No, because I'm sure a whole lot of people did.
But the kids came dressed like cats. The adults came dressed like cats. I am a cats person, so I should have been with my people.
Yeah,
I
you
should.
absolutely should have.
All I got is ears and a tail, so it's not like I got anything super fancy.
That's all you need. What you mean? That is all
But
you need.
so I was like, would I go to the next
Okay, you got to put them ears on in that tail. You absolutely better put it on.
as my Jellicle self? Because listen, opportunity to do it here, and I downplayed it. But no,
No,
no.
nope. I ain't doing it no more. No, you tired, you better go ahead.
Time I go, it's a wrap. I'm showing up,
Cause I'm
singing.
telling you, whenever I go to a Comic-Con, oh, I'm gonna dress up. I'm dressing up, and I want to go. I want to do the one in San Diego. The one they have some in Virginia Beach and whatnot, but they're not as big. I'm like, nah. If I'm gonna go to the big one.
NerdCon's coming.
Yeah, I saw that.
I want
Yeah,
to go to the
I saw it like, huh. What can I work out on that one? Like, what can I work out on that one?
no, it's pretty much all black people.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was like.
so it's like, I want to be around my own kind.
Let me run
You
my
know,
own town and we get to dress like anime characters. Yes, I'm here for that. I'm here for it.
it's not a big thing in our culture, in black culture, for people to be into anime or superheroes or cartoons or anything of that nature. And
Yeah,
so while the bigger Comic Cons and things like that are great, um,
the
you
little
still
niche ones too.
small fish in a big pond, because you go there, you accept it, you loved on, and you get the total experience. But then you still have that stigma of the people that look like you, not accepting that part of you is something that's just as normal and, you know, just something somebody likes to do for entertainment purposes, hobby, whatever. And so
Yeah,
I would love to go there because I had a handful of black guys that I talk to always talk about how hard it is for them to date because they're into anime or stuff like that. And they can't find black girls that are into stuff like that, or they look down upon it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I totally understand because I'm into anime and I'm into wrestling and I'm into things that the culture say are not
ah,
black. That's not black. You shouldn't be into that. I was like, so I get it. I definitely get it.
yeah. And oh man, God, in high school, it was so I got made fun of so much because I watched anime when I was in high school, and half the people that made fun of me when I was in high school, come to find out they watched it too. It just wasn't popular. I'm like, you loser. We could have been talking about this the whole time in school. We talking about
Right.
like we could have been real cool close on the anime, man. You know what? I literally would rather go home. I mean, I literally rather go home and watch my anime as soon as it came on 5 o'clock after school. I rather do that than even go on dates during that time period. I'm like, man, whatever. I know what anime gonna bring. I know my little tacky job I got working part-time because I'm in school. I go out on one date, I ain't got money for the week. No, I can't do that. I gotta put gas in this goofy truck.
If you look at TV now, there's nothing quality worth watching on TV now. Like it's a handful of things, and I do mean a small handful of things that are worth watching. But a lot of the series and things that we watch now, they don't even get the green light after a couple of seasons, and it's so heavily saturated with reality TV
Oh my
that's
goodness.
really not reality TV. It's really scripted TV, poorly scripted TV at that.
Yeah, come
So
on now.
I mean, it makes money and it keeps a specific kind of people entertained. But for those of us who grew up watching sitcoms and series and things of that nature, it's lacking out here. So it's not a lot out here. So I always laugh when people um like I used to watch the Last Airbender
Yeah,
that came out. And I was a full grown adult. But I was teen,
cousin.
you know what I'm saying? Ready to put a hurting on the Fire Nation, like to this day.
Let me
Roll
tell
up.
you. Let me tell you.
I,
I watched I have the entire DVD box set of Last Airbender.
I got time.
Yeah,
Roll
I
up.
got time. Yeah, I got it. And you know what? I didn't buy it. The wife bought that. That's hers. She
Listen,
loved Avatar. That's her show. That is her
I,
shot right there. I'm like, that's like that's what we connected on because we both love Avatar.
my boy Aang was listen,
Oh man. Oh my God.
listen. Get busy, Aang. I
Just
got
come
you.
on with it. Let's do this. Let's do this.
I want Fire Nation roll. I want you roll up.
I,
Roll up. Up. Because if you don't pull up, we pulling up.
what you gonna do? What you gonna
Yeah,
do?
family. Like, I'm not having it. Like, what's up?
Yeah, what you on? Huh? Because we about whatever over here.
Of Avatar. And then what made me mad? Why you always hear, if you listen, you'll hear me references at as the last Airbender, because remember the movie Avatar came out and people kept trying and then having a conversation like, oh, you want to see Avatar? I'm like, no, no.
No, no, not that, not what you think.
I'm
It's
talking about, and I'm talking about the real Avatar, and they're like, no, the movie, what's it? I'm like, no,
not the blue folk. We ain't talking about them.
that's him. So that's why when people hear me, I'll be like, the last Airbender, like you
That's
gonna know it.
right.
Air on the head. Don't get my
Um,
don't get my boy riled up or his eyes will start glowing. Like, don't play with me.
yes, cousin. I'm
And
telling
they
you.
get these hands.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Love Avatar. And I even like the spinoff they did with the girl too. That's on that whole series on Netflix.
Oh, I'm gonna have to catch that.
Oh yeah. It's on there too. And I'm like, yo, when they talking about bending like, like water benders and stuff, like, yeah, we can bend your blood. Oh, you bending blood now? Oh, because water's in the blood too?
My thing is, when all of these shows were popular, like you say, coming on TV, you can come home, watch them specific times. Then all of a sudden, they just start phasing them out for different things. And now we are in true reality TV hell.
And everything is reality based. Every network got its own reality show of some type on. I'm like, is it?
None,
You know what? It's real. I know it's easy to produce it because it don't take that much writing.
none of it is reality. This is not what y'all do. Y'all don't get up and have these conversations.
You ain't
Yeah,
get up and doing makeup all the time. Come on now, that ain't real.
reality. It's scripted. It's not people actually following y'all with cameras, actually sitting back and just listening to y'all go back and forth about y'all day. And it's not, because that would be truly boring.
It's
So,
super boring.
I mean, I don't care how tumultuous somebody's life may be or how chaotic or whatever. It wouldn't make for good TV because you wouldn't have angles.
Cousin.
You would have to catch these things in the moment as it happened, and you wouldn't be able to set up cameras to get the best angle unless you had 360 cameras. But
Yeah,
we in TV, you don't want to be doing a shot and then seeing another cameraman across the room in the shot. So that's why I say, you would have to have, 360 camera, and you can't because it'll get another cameraman in the shot. So they have to script these things so that they get the best camera angles and the best reaction and the best this. So no, it's not really reality. It's really scripted.
and they get the most manufactured drama because why would you set a pitcher of water that can be thrown on somebody that's so close? Why would you do that on purpose? Come on now, you manufacturing the drama for ratings, and you can tell when it's planned out. It's like, really, really, somebody doing that at 9 in the morning? Really, that's what we doing?
I don't like to see people fighting in general. I don't find nothing entertaining about watching somebody hurt another person or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm looking at my window and I see some people fist fighting, like I want it to stop. Like y'all, yeah, break it up, go your separate ways, because I know ultimately what things can lead to.
Right.
And like it's never when you see people fighting, it's never something that you can understand why the situation is happening. It's not like you look out the window, you see a mob of people chasing a woman that just abducted a child and they beating her ass, and it makes sense because she took somebody's child, right? You
Yeah.
don't
No.
typically feel sorry for her, or a man beat up a woman and everybody's jumping on him, beating his ass. It's never really, majority of the things you see when you see people out there fighting are not them fighting for a good cause or to keep someone safe. It's just that you they you know they want to beat each other up, and somebody wants to be the victor, and then I'm just it pulls at my humanity. And so for me, when I see it on TV, it's like I understand it because I'm a hot nature person myself.
Yeah.
I don't understand it when you want to punch the shit out of each other for the most minute reasons.
And
That,
that's
that's what leaves me with stymie, where it's like you're not even fighting for a real cause or a real reason, or save that energy for a day or a time like Will Smith and Independence Day, we're all gonna need to use these, save it when
Eventually,
like save it when the aliens come attack because
then
right
we
now,
punch Ellen in the face. Welcome to Earth. That's it.
like y'all, because if not, throw the gloves on and shoot a fair one.
That's
You know,
what I'm saying.
throw the gloves on, shoot a fair one, and keep it right. But yeah, reality TV, them people jumping on each other. It used to be Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that used to be unscripted, which is why they had to put some control.
Yeah,
I
people were
remember
wilding out.
Atlanta when Jocelyn jumped on Stevie in that therapy session. That really, she really attacked him and really wailed on his head because what happened was the way they set the scene up, they set Jocelyn up and Mimi up to be in the same room with each other. They had no idea they were going to be in the same room. Now, I'm sure the producer started Stevie and said, "Hey, it'd be a great go to a therapist with Mimi and work on your relationship, and then we're gonna bring Jocelyn in." So Jocelyn doesn't know that
What's
it's
going on?
a three-way session. Mimi doesn't know. So then they get in there and they both looking like the only person who's privy to this knowledge is him and the producers. And they sitting back salivating at the mouth, just waiting to see what's gonna happen.
Of
And
course they are.
not expect her to react the way she did and beat this man, like literally pummeled this man. And that's when they started realizing we gotta script this better. We gotta get security. We gotta put space in between them because when we don't, this is real TV. This is real
This is
TV. This
reality. This is reality.
TV's really getting beat up. And we really trying to use. They couldn't get her off of him, and they rushing all these people in the room and trying to peel her off of him, and they don't have adequate security. Same thing with New York. Loving Hip Hop started in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on the boat, and he made the smart comment to Christy about Jim Jones, and she said okay. She called Jim, told Jim what he said. He said okay. They doing some filming. He's him and his artist filming with somebody that's friends with Jim. They dropped the location.
Oh yeah,
So
they're gonna pull up.
we here at Broad Street and North filming. Jim said, okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
pull right on up on them.
And these people are sitting here filming with the producers and the cast that they think they're filming a scene with, and up pops Jim
Yeah.
in the Goon Squad and grabbed the old boy up.
All right. But no, I remember that when Jim Jones then pulled up on him. Well, I remember that one. I was like, that I remember that. I'm like, oh.
They pulled him out of the restaurant and he's looking at the producers and stuff. They have no security. So it's nothing they can do about it but beg Jim not to beat this man up. And that man didn't know what was going to happen to him. And I'm like, you gotta leave people alone
Mm-hmm.
that that are not afraid to know what it is before what it is. Some of us know that I wake up every day knowing I can go to jail. Like I'm not that idea is not lost on me.
Yeah.
Um, wake up dying is not lost on me. And a lot of people have their heads in the clouds to think that, oh no, the day could go anyway. It could go this way, it could go there. What I know is I don't tolerate disrespect. I don't
Mm-hmm.
respect. I give people respect. And if I don't like you, I won't bother you. And I don't deal, accept, or tolerate disrespect. And it can go up anytime. And so for me, I know that. And there are
Yeah.
people like Jimmy who will pull up and
People who
let you
bought that people who bought that action. That's what it is. They bought that action. You can't think you can run your mouth to everybody because you can't. You
like leave
cannot do
like
that.
people alone. Because some of us are not, we are not playing. Some of us are not afraid to do three hots in a cot.
Some of us are aware of what we would do to a person and have accepted those consequences in our mind mentally already. Yeah, it's the truth. And when it is, yeah, I can admit to yeah, I'm a little less reluctant to throw fisticuffs in anybody right now. It's like why?
Right.
That's like it's me we talking about here. I can care less if
And
it's about me. I don't
most,
care.
most people have kids, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They have a thought process. They have a whole reasoning for thinking like, man, I'm not about to get out here and chop it up with you and mix it up.
Right.
Whereas somebody like me, I don't have no kids. I don't have no husband. Like, what are we doing?
But it's the thing though. It's a
On, on,
different thing to that.
on a specific day and at a specific time,
You can catch it. You can catch it. If I'm in the mood to give it to you, you can catch it.
I don't.
Straight up. And even being married with children, that feeling is always there. It never goes away. I'm telling you that now. It never goes away.
Who have children always have their children in mind, right? Especially if it's not a threat to my child, because it's all bets off, right? When it's a threat to my child, my spouse, whatever, whatever, it's all bets off.
Yeah.
I'm about to tear Rome down brick by brick. But for me, my thought process is this: do I really want to chop it up with God? Like, do I really want to catch them hands? Because sometimes knocking your head between your car and that person's car seems legit to me, right?
Yeah, it seems like that's a good
30 days, I'd be like, then God gonna have to knock my head between my
idea.
cars. So do I feel like tussling with God? Because I ain't gonna win. So that's my only
Yeah, do I want those
my
consequences? Do I want them
that's my
consequences?
voice of reason. And when it ain't such a good day, I'm okay with dealing with God on the back end. I'm okay with trying to explain myself. And those are the days where I try to stay as close to the cross, as close to Him and His garment as I can. Because I know that I am ready. I've already started writing out my excuses. So I ain't even considering that, nah, it can go up.
Cousin.
It,
So hey, I'm right there with you. Because hey, at any given moment, depends on how I feel and who it affects. It can be, look, I'll ask for forgiveness later because I'm acting right now. I'm
you know,
acting right now.
I think it was last year I went out to eat to dinner with my girlfriends and two of the teens because they are my homegirls' kids.
Yeah.
And this lady, the server was being mean to one of my friends.
Why
And
why would you do that in your server? Why would you do that?
all I know is the kids looked at their mamas like, can we go outside? And none of them are used to seeing me outside of 99.9% of people are used to seeing me silly and goofy and jolly and jovial and happy and funny and silly and all nice and goofy and stuff. But then that other side of me is equally
Mm-hmm.
as jolly jovial. It's so equal. And it's so real and it's so sinister. And when I tell people, people always laugh and say, "We know Star got our back. We know she got our back. We scared. We know if anybody call anybody be Star until they see it in action. They be like, no, she really
Whoa, whoa,
like
whoa, 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 whoa. Take it easy. Nah, ain't no easy. It's on now. Ain't there is no easy.
it was to me it wasn't bad. To them it was bad. And I'm like, that's nothing. That was nothing. That was just me shooting my mouth off. That's nothing.
Cousin.
That was nothing. And they got quiet. They were like, let's go. Like, oh my God, it's not like they clown me for it. Since then they've been clowning me for it. But I'm like,
Y'all don't know for real, for real. Y'all don't know
I'm,
for
I'm not that person. Don't harm people I love. Don't disrespect, and we are good. We are
we golden. We golden at that point. You start doing that, we got a
certain,
major problem.
certain things are non-negotiable for me, and disrespect is one. Harm is one, and I'm fully okay
Mm-hmm.
with coming to get me and put me in handcuffs. I ain't never ran from the law. I ain't never beat nobody up and took off running in the car. I always take my licks. I always take my lumps. I didn't beat a person up and they called the police on me, and I sat down waiting for the police. Like, it's not a problem.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
if I
not.
feel I'm right,
Yeah, and I ain't gonna run from it. I did
and they let me go.
it.
But I ain't never been no coward. I ain't never been one to back down from threats. And for them one, I don't like threats, so don't threaten me.
Yeah, no,
That's
no, no. Don't threaten me.
that's a huge thing for me. Like, I'm gonna smack you. Now you gotta smack me.
Oh,
Now,
because I'm gonna think you do something to me,
now you gotta smack me. Like, now I gotta see you. I gotta come and meet you wherever you at because you gotta smack me now. Because what's not gonna happen is I'm sitting somewhere chilling.
and I get blindsided by it. Oh
Smack
no,
me. Like, no, no, don't threaten me.
no, we ain't
Threat,
playing.
if you threaten me, you definitely gonna have to see me. Like I'm gonna have to come. No, I don't. You said you was gonna get me, so you got come get me. Come and get me. Come and get me.
Cousin, let me tell
Said
you.
it. I need you to mean it.
Let me tell you. Everybody asks me like, "You do martial arts? You ever been in a real fight before?" Yeah, I've been in one real fight before. I've been in one real fight before, and it was when we was living over in the it wasn't the greatest neighborhood we was at the time, and something had happened or another, and this girl, I don't know what happened. This little boy, because the oldest one, he was outside playing. He was young at the time. He was like first grade. He was playing at the time. Some little boy said something. He came running back to the house. He was crying like, "Yeah, man, just come in the house. Don't sweat them kids or whatever." Then this little boy come knocking on my door. He's little now. He's small little dude. He come knocking on my door and go say like, I'm like, man, who this little kid talking to? I'm like, what? He was talking. I mean, he was talking real reckless. I'm like, who this little boy talking to? And he stepped foot in my house. He walked in. I grabbed him by the arm, picked him up, and put him back on the box. I was like, boy, you don't come in here. I'm gonna tell my mama. I don't care. He went and got his mama. She came out here. She was fussing because I don't put my hands on nobody's child. Your child stepped in my doorway. I'm gonna get my baby daddy. He's gonna be here and whoop your ass. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. Him and his boy showed up. Let's just say his leg is permanently messed up to this day. And he was too much of a coward to throw a hand. He saw me drop his friend a few times. He was like, oh, let me back up. Yeah, that's right. And his girlfriend, she maced me or whatever. When I'm in that mindset, I don't care what happens. Ty, she maced me. I look dead at her. And what? What's this gonna do? I'm not gonna hit you because you're a woman. I still have the mind with that, but cousin, I need to because as soon as she did it, she got slung around by the wife. The wife grabbed her by her head and tossed her around too. I'm like, yep, that's right. We fight together.
That I'm so glad God birthed me a woman, a female, and I got all full rights by the world standard to put my hands on man or woman.
Yes.
I am an equal opportunist ass kicker.
I don't advocate for it, but when that girl maced me, I'm like, am I this mad that this mace ain't hurting that much? Probably. Because
Probably.
I was enraged. I literally knocked this dude on when I knocked the dude down. I went to kick him in the face. I mean, Taya, it felt like slow motion because when I kicked, I just missed. It went right past his face. I could feel the wind lift up from how hard I kicked. I'm like, I'd have killed him if I'd have kicked him like that because I was going, yo, I'm taking your head clean off. Cause you come trying to, oh, you come trying to square with me? You got my babies in the house? Oh, nigga, nah. That is a situation that ain't gonna happen.
A violation.
That is a major violation. And now you walk around with a limp. That's your fault. That's your friend. And to make it worse, it was his friend that I beat up the most. It won't even the baby daddy. I'm like, you let your friend take your L, you coward. They tried to jump. Once I got between them, like, oh, this just 2-on-1. Yeah, like they don't know. Back when I was teaching karate, it's like I did this for fun. I used to purposely have two of my students attack me for fun. This for real? Oh, this we back in. Let's get it. This is what I do anyway. And he was such a coward, man. It still makes me mad how much of a coward he was. I'm like, you came here to fight, you didn't do nothing. I'm like, you came here to fight, you ain't do nothing, man. You let your boy take your licks. You a terrible friend. You are an awful friend.
I am all peace and hippie and love and all of that till I'm not. And I try to never
get to that point
in that space because once I'm in that space, I'm fully accepting.
I'm there.
That comes with that space.
Yeah, once that mode is on, it's on until I turn it off. It's on, and it takes a while for me to turn it off too. I'm talking like the adrenaline dump happened like 2 hours later. I start getting my headache. I'm like, oh guys, I get after I get such a migraine after adrenaline dump because I'm like, all right, whatever can get it. I don't care who or what it is. It can catch it when I get up to that point. But yeah, I had such a migraine, and I'm like, my head is hurting so bad.
I'm just a threat to whoever the threat was. Like, I love people. I love love. I love being happy. I love being cool. If you're a threat in the situation, then we can thug it out, and then we can go on, separate, and go on about our lives, but going back to, going back to a sunny day.
Yeah, because
I
it's
try,
like once we done with it, oh, we done with it. I ain't got
try,
enough for you. We done.
I try not to get in those spaces with people because um a good majority of people in this life are not ready for certain specific consequences. They think they are, but
No, you ain't ready for that. People are not ready for like the consequences of some of their actions. And if you say something to the wrong person, you ain't ready to get punched in the face.
you ready to wear somebody else's drawers. And
You
I be
right?
thinking,
And yeah, the whole prison thing. That especially now that I'm
yeah,
40 now too. I'm like,
when
bro,
you first go in, you ain't got no commissary or nothing like that. Even down in the lockup, you ain't got none of that. You got to get what's there, and it ain't like they take you to Walmart to shop before you go in your
no man, you getting thrown in this cell with everybody else. What you gonna do? I'm like,
go and get your jumpsuit or whatever you gonna go get that from a stockpile of what they already got. So I always remind myself, like, do you want to wear somebody else's drawers?
that have been
That's,
washed already. You don't know if they wash good in that. You don't know that. They get a little 2 packs of draws, and there you go. I'm like, I don't want to have to be surviving off of ramen and Cheetos and Kool-Aid packs. I don't want to have to survive off of that.
that
They ain't good eating for me. That's not a good standard of living.
ain't.
I am opposed to that.
I've been trying to tell people you gotta be ready.
You do.
That's yeah, but back to what we were actually talking about. That's why I don't really do the whole reality TV no more because I don't got time to see people fist fighting over something that's just not even worth it. What? You said I what? And they fighting.
And I'm just like, I don't care.
Somebody harmed your child. They stole money out your bank account, or you're not even really fighting for actual reasons,
No, you just fighting to make a show. You
right? And I
literally
when
fighting to make a show.
I'm so entertained by that, I'd rather watch like Game of Thrones. These people out here fighting for humanity or fighting for their land that's theirs. Shows like anything like that where people are actually fighting for a cause. But this
And
is fake
and this
show
a
or
fake
fake
fight for a fake show. I'm like, at least I
fake
know Game of Thrones ain't real. I know this is a TV show.
right.
I know this fight has production value. What you talking about?
Because then they always try to make you think this stuff is so real because they spill it over social media, and I'm just not entertained by that. Like, give me this is why these writers are so important, and I know why they
Oh my
don't
gosh, yes.
because
Cousin. Oh my.
they do
Ugh.
matter. What they do matter.
Big time. That's when reality first popped off when the writers went on strike. That's when it first started popping off. Like a whole slew of reality shows started coming out.
Pay
Is when
them
the
people.
first went on strike. I'm like, pay them people what they worth, man.
It be
Please.
drama. I be watching like Below That on Bravo, which is basically a sailing company where people go on these pay to go on these sailing vacations and excursions and whatnot. How you got drama on you at work? And
Yeah.
it's the same drama every season. Yeah, it's both stuff, but it's usually people hooking up and sleeping with each other for the 6, 8 weeks you out here. Like, who as grown-ups, y'all can establish a relationship with people with strangers in 6, 8 weeks. That y'all gotta have this drama when you're supposed to be working. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
I'm saying? You at work.
you start watching the series, it's really cool because you get to see. Like, I'm super fascinated by the boats and the captains and how they drive these boats and how they can spin them around and back
Yeah.
stuff like that. Or the sailing yacht when they throw the sails up and they sail the boat with no power. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm about stuff like that. The places they take these people and different things of that nature. But when it gets down to the we sit up with each other and you're acting funny, I'm like, who? This is not entertaining to me because I truly do not care about the drama of people's unhealthy relationships. It's not like we're talking about somebody a real marriage. We are talking about purposeful, unhealthy relationships. We don't care. I don't care. It's pretty much not going anywhere. Y'all know it's not going anywhere. Why do people want to be entertained by this? Like I'm take the cameras, go film the area you're in.
They do that. I'm pretty sure it'll be some more entertaining there.
Film the people falling off the jet skis or something. I don't know. Give me something else besides the same. I see that. I see that with my neighbors.
Oh.
I see that with my neighbors. I'm working from home, sitting here,
Mm-hmm.
processing loans. Oh boy, insuring government loans, working it out. All I hear is, "You such a liar." I'm like, oh, this is like 9 in the morning. Long story short, this couple is out here screaming to the top of their lungs. He
Mm-hmm.
let him explain. She's like, what are you explaining when the video explains it all? He's apparently was somewhere the night before and proposed to a girl on bended knee at a family function, her family function, and they're engaged to be married. Her what he didn't know is somebody she know
Was there.
mutual got a hold of the video and sent it to her. And he's trying to explain this.
Bro, ain't nothing to explain. Just like, yeah, I wanted two wives. I'm like, dude, you own it now.
How you have a girlfriend that you're at her house now, and she gets a video of you less than 24 hours on bending knee at a function proposing to a girl. Make it make sense, sir. Just take like y'all don't have to disturb the whole neighborhood with this foolishness. I personally am entertained. Pressing loans and listen to y'all scream back and forth and am learning way too much information about a situation that has nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't worth me getting up, going outside, looking across my balcony to see who it was. I don't care that much.
Yeah,
Because
no.
because he knows he's wrong, she knows he's wrong. Move on. It's not now. If she would have said, "Get them dogs," and I heard the dog like, rah, 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 and I heard and
Like,
I hear he
whoa, that's a crime going on now. That's something different.
in the seat jumping across cars, he on top of a car, get the dog. That's more entertaining.
Oh yeah, they're not being my window at that point. Yeah, this is about jumping on a car. Hold up, what?
Y'all, him arguing over, let me explain, and you don't want him to like, shut up already. Thank
Cousin,
you for the show, but we've had
I,
enough.
cousin, I tell you, when we lived in our apartment, one of our neighbors used to have all kinds of stuff going on. And I mean, she used to have dudes in and out like crazy. And then you hear him get to arguing left and right at 2, 3 in the morning. I'm like, yo, this is great. I don't know what I don't know what any of them people look like. I don't
Free,
care.
free entertainment.
Yeah, it's so free. But man, it was some juice stuff like, yo, this is crazy. Yo, turn the TV down. Let's hear this. So we sitting there eating chips, like, yo, that's wild.
My third third or fourth day, that's why I said my next move has to be a house.
Yeah. Yeah, ain't nothing like it, cousin. Because oh my God.
For this one, I think I was there 2 days, three at the most. Um, would hear my neighbor and her guy friend arguing all the time. Then he beat her up. He had to have beaten her up one day and threw her in her closet because you could hear
The
tones. And then the friend was like, "Come on," the guy friend to the guy was like, "Man, come on, man, don't do that, man." Like that's like trying to tell him not to beat the girl up or whatever. And I was just kind of saying to myself like, what did I get myself into?
yeah.
Like second, third day there.
What's up with this? I ain't for this.
By third day, fourth day at the most,
I'm out.
all I hear is boom, 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 and all of this ruckus. And I'm like, I'm hearing sounds, but I'm just hearing yelling, one person yelling, not a her and another person yelling back and forth.
Yeah.
Get up on my bed, go to the window and look out, and there's two police officers standing in front of my, well, not technically in front of my door, but the walkway leading to my door,
Mm-hmm.
um, standing in front of my door with their guns pointed up.
Oh.
And then I jump out, up, go to the living room, and I look, and there's police out there everywhere. And they're apparently the um apartment got raided, and she was at work, and he was in there, and you could hear that dog barking, and he kept saying, you could hear him screaming like, "Please don't shoot my dog, don't shoot my dog. Let me put him in a cage, let me put him in a cage." So he ended up putting the dog in a cage. They let him put he had a pit bull. They let him put him in a cage. He was a puppy.
Okay.
And they let him put him in a cage and took him, processed him, and well, we were there for hours. She didn't dare not come home.
Well, yeah.
Um, she finally came home. Like I said, this was maybe 9 in the morning when they read it. Um,
Dang.
she didn't come home till about 7 o'clock. I think she kind of got the heads up,
I'm
like,
on. Yep. I'm just gonna hang out all day wherever I'm at.
right. And so, she ended up getting evicted. Because when you have certain things like that, they'll
Oh yeah,
evict you.
that's a breach of lease. Yeah.
And I evicted like maybe 2 months later, but it was weird because he got arrested and she was prancing in the window and in the neighborhood at this other group of guys that used to like, I guess, have an apartment around there or something, and she was always trying to like get their attention. And I'm thinking,
What?
didn't you
What?
didn't you
Did you just deal with something?
didn't you have these problems?
That's
And,
right.
I was so, I was kind of relieved when she left because all of that drama ceased and they moved the older guy above me who was super cool. He was from Detroit, so he always had a funny story. And then when I moved here to these luxury apartments, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm, it's gonna be great around here. Third day here, fourth day here. Um, hear a little ruckus, whatever. I'm like, what? What could this be? Man, beating on one of the ladies' doors, and she's a police officer. He telling her to come out. He's apparently her husband, and she, no, maybe this was a little, maybe no, won't, mixing stories up. This was maybe a month after we got here. It got to
Uh-huh.
be. Her and this alleged boo went over Christmas,
Alleged.
allegedly, and some people ratted her out. Now, my thing was, you and your wife are not together. Y'all like separated, estranged, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I understand if people feel like you got to be divorced, but that's not the real world, right?
I think that ain't humans. What you talking about? We like being with each other, so we're gonna be with each other.
Separated, and we're in two separate houses. You have a place you're living in, and I have a place I'm living in. We're clearly not working on the marriage.
No, we were.
It's clearly just paperwork. And my boy was here that night with his Green Bay hat on, and he was causing ruckus for about a couple of hours. He was banging on her door, banging, banging, banging. She wouldn't answer. And I guess because she's a police officer, she didn't want to call.
Yeah,
She works for the district we live in.
yeah.
So,
You don't want to call that in. That's awful.
because when you call it in, the first thing they're gonna ask you is your name, your address,
Yeah,
and that's she don't. I don't feel like that she needed that kind of headache from somebody that we both know we're not together. You know what I
right.
mean? We may be married, but we're not in a marriage
Yeah,
right now.
we ain't cool like that.
And whoever ratted her out, um, can should go to hell. Um, because stay out of people's marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like stay out of people's relationships, stay out of stuff that is not your business to tell.
For real.
If she is in on vacation and she's taking pictures and posting pictures, clearly she's living her life, right? Of course, her husband's not going to be on her Facebook. Of course, he's not going to be on her social media. We're not.
Yeah,
We're
we ain't together like that.
you see what I'm saying? So what are we doing? And my guy was around here beating on the door for I know 2 hours, talking cash. Like, uh, I know you in there. He's an officer as well, apparently. You
Uh-huh.
tell him you ain't gonna be at the work tomorrow. I said, first of all, you got to really have a set on you.
Woo. Tell somebody they ain't gonna be to work tomorrow. What?
Not one, but two police officers off.
Damn,
You
you. I don't think you got that kind of authority.
police officers, they know the law.
You ain't got
And you
that kind of authority, player.
talking cash money, you making threats. People are unbothered. They are living their lives and they're fine. And you know what it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, stop playing like
Yeah.
um it got so bad to the point I think she probably had some of her colleagues come around here because eventually they did come around here, or either someone else called. And
Mm.
eventually they did come around here and they talked to him, but they were really calm when they talked to him, and was just trying to tell him, just to go ahead on home. And he telling everything. No, because see my wife and how she going. It don't matter. You cannot come around here
You
and
can't do
bang.
that.
You cannot come around here and bang on your wife's door. I'm sorry to tell you that,
Yeah, you can't do
but
that. I don't care if you are a police officer. That's still illegal. You know it's illegal.
you are not on this lady lease. You do not live with her in this apartment. You have no connection. The only thing you can say is my wife is in there.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it alone. Go home. And he was
Please.
out here. He was talking cash money, and I just was shocked because I was like, I ain't nowhere in the world. I know you an officer. I know you got a gun. I'm coming around here making threats and fisticuffs and come on out. Nah.
What's the thing though? He making all them threats. She got a gun. What you talking about?
You started it. When it's evidence and witnesses to you come around here cutting up.
So she had the right to blow your head off, man. What you talking about? She's an officer too. She could have killed you.
Or get
You
a
would have
pinky
gotten away with it just fine.
or get a pinky toe like Quick did in Harlem Nights. You had every right to get it. He out here talking cash money to somebody you know got a gun. Now, if she'd have opened that door and got that pinky toe, got a couple on, she
What
would have
you
been with.
done,
Because what is you doing, sir? What is you doing?
bro?
And then I ain't but I was giving a play-by-play on Facebook and my phone died. By the time
Oh.
I'm like, it's been great around here. I didn't crack the door open because at first when I kept hearing the banging, I kept thinking at first I thought it was somebody banging on my door,
Yeah.
and they're banging on somebody's door in the hallway, but it sounded real aggressive, and the words sounded muffled, so he wasn't as loud as
Right.
he got. So I go look out the peephole, I see nothing, and I go to walk back, come in the living room, and I hear it again. So I go back to the door, and I'm like, and I look out the peephole, I see nothing, but I'm like, something not right. So I crack my door,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole,
Uh-oh.
you know,
Oh yeah, that's all I need to see. I ain't gotta open up. I ain't gonna put my whole head out there. I don't know what's going on.
I cracked my door like I gotta figure out where the sound is coming from because it's been like 10, 15 minutes now of this muffled like words and banging, right? So when I crack the door and I'm giving with the one eye treatment, the door across the hall opens. And that's how I got the information that it's a police officer who went over. I'm like, how do you know this lady business? Are you the snitch? Because you're the one who told us to me. So how do
Oh,
you know
you know all
this
this
lady?
info.
Did you tell? That was my whole thing. When I closed my and I'm like, she's like, shoot, she kept saying, should we call security? And I'm like, I don't know. She was like, I said, maybe we should call security. She said, but she's a police officer. I'm like, this is what the neighbor is telling me that I've never met, but she's a police officer. And I'm thinking, oh, well, she's a police officer because I thought the officer in this building was a male.
Uh-huh.
I said, no, it's a woman. I said, okay, well, I'm sure she's fine. And she said, yeah, and her boyfriend is an officer too. And if that man that's banging on her door is her husband. He's bad because she went on vacation. With the how do you know
You know all this.
I didn't ask that, but in my mind I'm thinking, how do
You know
you
all this.
know? And if you know this,
Did
are
you
you
you the snitch?
did
You
you tell her? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you tell her?
know?
So that's when I figured it all out. Then he backed it up with when, like I said, um with the comments he was making to the officers when they came out here to calm him down and everything. And no, that's my wife. And she that, so he kind of confirmed what she had said. So
Mm-hmm.
I just was befuddled. And then my whole little Facebook policy, when I finally charged my phone back, I was they like, what happened? On a cliffhanger, my phone died.
Don't you can't leave us with a cliffhanger like this.
I had given them all names and I had given them all character names by then. I was like,
Well,
let's get
yeah. Well, this is
serious.
Jack and that's Jill, and they got Steve in the house. So
I already gave it a name. As the world burns. Cause like my boy's hot out here
no,
in
you
this winter.
listen as the world burns. You
He
know
had,
what? That's a good that's a good name of a show.
he had on sweatpants, a hoodie, and his Green Bay Scully. I knew he was ready to fight. His
Oh,
whole
them fighting clothes.
his whole outfit said he ready to fight. He was in a big black Suburban. He is ready. He's got the vehicle for fighting. He's got the fight gear on for fighting. My guy is ready. All he needs to do is unlock the door.
But that's the thing, though. You got two people in the house with registered guns. What are you doing? You
That
ain't that bad. You ain't that bad, homie. Come on, man. One of them gonna put you
that
down.
that was the part where the math wasn't mathing for me, and this must be what real love feels like. You you are walking into a gun battle with a Green Bay Packers Scully on.
You walk into a gunfight with
That
a
is,
head on. That ain't enough.
that is all I saw as his line of defense in these. Cause
That's
my guy was ready. He was so ready. He he carried on for about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours before the police showed up. Cause she figured he would go on about his business. Cause he'll bang on the door for a while,
then
walk all out here in the front, yelling, screaming, acting a fool, and walk on back to his truck for a minute. She thought he was gone, and he come back again. I was like, we in for a long night.
but why would you do that for 2 hours, man? Great.
Yeah.
Dang.
My thing is first 15 minutes, you know she ain't gonna open the door.
Bro, you got on a you wearing a scullet and a hoodie. Obviously ain't that warm outside either.
Does
What?
I told you they went on vacation for Christmas.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, it ain't that warm outside. You can do all this in the cold too. Man, I got certain parameters now. Now that I'm older, there's certain things I'm just not gonna do in certain weather. I don't like my ears getting cold, so I ain't gonna do no kind of fisticuffs in the cold, man. I ain't doing that.
Sweatpants, hoodie, and his green pay Scully. my,
No, man.
my guy was anything, and I was team him because he was on dialogue.
Cousin, he brought these to gun to
I'm,
he brought
I'm
these.
ready. He was
You ready? All right. You ready to get some hot lead, man?
had to respect a man that knew he was walking into a gunfight with nothing but sheer determination. I had to respect that man. That's somebody inside because I'm like, you
Oh.
know what your wife do, what her profession is, and you know the person that you have figured out she's messing with is in the same profession.
But
And my
you in that profession too. You know what it is.
guy came in here with sheer
Determination
nation to kick some ass.
and a Green Bay Scully.
A Green Bay Scully, and I will never forget it because that's I kept calling him Green Bay. Damn, Scully. I was giving everybody names.
He doesn't name the people in the story.
Bay, Green Bay, Green Bay is the husband, Police Bay is the boo. Like I was giving all.
That name these people, cousin.
Yeah, you gotta get because if you gonna entertain the audience, they need names. I can't
Yeah.
just. So I had to start giving out names like, oh, he's in a Green Bay Scully. So okay, Green Bay,
Oh.
Green Bay, Police Bay. Don't know what he look like. He's in the house, comfortable with his boo.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, that is too funny.
And I was just like, if I move again, I gotta get a house or a condo. Maybe I won't get the business when I move, and it'll be normal. Doubt it, but
Hey, now look, now we done been in this neighborhood for about 7 years. I've seen out of 7 years, I've seen two houses get raided. I've seen just police line across several of the houses in this neighborhood too. You know what? I don't even want to know what happened. I just proceed to drive around the block like thinking, nope, I don't, nope, don't care. You got to see it's 20 cars out here. Some obviously didn't happen. I ain't got to know what it is.
see nothing, don't know nothing, don't want to
Nope.
know nothing.
Don't ask me no questions. Don't come to my door for nothing.
English. I don't speak English or Spanish.
I don't. You know what, man? I
I speak nothingese.
nope. Don't ask me no questions about this. Don't ask me.
Sir, do you
No.
no sir, no Spanish? I speak noneese. I know nothing. I know nothing. I speak nothing. I say nothing.
I keep my door closed all day long. Only time I step out the door is when I'm going somewhere. If I ain't going nowhere, I'm in the house.
In the house. I'm like, yeah, but I always be tripping. It's always like, and I like to people watch, so that's one of the reasons why I will not think I will ever buy a home because I like condo, apartment ish type because I can people watch and they're so fascinating.
People are fascinating. Now you can people watch in our neighborhood. You can people watch because a lot of older people go walking and stuff around here, so you can watch them. That's always fun. I love seeing the older ladies walk around with their big sticks in case of a dog jump at them or something like that. I'm like, oh, I love it. I always wave to them in the morning. Hey, how y'all doing?
around here because it can get intense about the dogs, and they got to arguing up under my window about the dogs that time.
Oh,
They were cussing each other out, and the dogs just being dogs, and they were taking shots at each other's dogs' looks. And listen,
what?
I was
What?
my guy said, "Get your fat effing dog." I guess the dog lunged. Oh, they dogs, so dogs will try to nip
Dogs.
it. So he said, "Get your fat effing dog." And the wife of the other dog and the husband was like, bitch, Princess is on keto.
Why are we talking about the dog's diet? What are we doing here?
When I say I was laughing, head thrown back, my hard cackle laugh. And today looked up like, and then I did the Homer Simpson meme and just backed on up.
Yep, I'm just back into the bushes.
You like, no, keto ain't good for humans.
It ain't good.
Princess is on keto. I said, she really took it to heart that this man could see your dog is overweight, ma'am, but you're overweight. So it's a trend. Like people tend to have overweight animals. That's just law. That's just law, right?
Uh-huh.
She didn't take too kindly to him attacking Princess self-esteem. And
Hey, look, she took that real serious. Like, me's on keto. Why are you discussing the dog's diet with somebody you arguing with?
what?
That's what I'm saying. What does that have? What? The dog's on keto? Huh? Cousin, people amaze me.
Keto, ma'am. You and your husband take your fat dog and go that way, sir. Take your dog.
Hey, y'all go that way. Y'all just leave each other alone.
Y'all gonna send me into a coma laughing so hard.
Uh, all right. So we got people talking about the doggone dog and its dietary restrictions or dietary plan they got it on. People are ridiculous. People are absolutely ridiculous. My dog does keto. What? When? What? That's not going to sway the argument. It's really not. It just makes it funnier when you see a dog on the keto.
Made me laugh. Made me laugh.
It's just funnier.
Let me stop. Let me not mess with the dog. People serious about their dogs like they're serious about their children. So let me go ahead on.
People
And
are. People are. Whew. Well, I guess we can officially get started now. We've been talking about an hour some change.
yeah,
Well, welcome everyone to our podcast. Shut up and be quiet. We talking over here. I miss my cousin, so we just talked a lot. Okay, that's what we did this one. We just talked a whole lot. We're gonna do one subject because I gotta know your take on it because it's been perplexing me because I told you what I made for breakfast Sunday morning, but I'm like, what is it though? Because it's a simple fact. I love it. But anyway, follow us on all our social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We out here on all platforms. Oh, we on TikTok now. Got us TikTok pages. We're there. We on TikTok. We on Threads. You name it. We on all there. Apple Music, Spotify. We all over the place. But cousin, I want to get your take on this one. What do you prefer, waffles or pancakes?
grapes. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. Now that I'm an adult and
Mm-hmm.
I currently live in poverty, I want to go with waffles.
You know what? I'm with you. And pancakes ain't because of the poverty thing.
There's nothing, and I mean nothing, that's topping a pancake with crispy edges.
Oh,
Not
that's how I make them.
your hot pancakes, your Denny's don't have crispy edges. They just light and fluffy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boring. If you sit a plate of well crafted pancakes with crispy edges in my face, it's a win-win situation. However, I grew up being eluded by the pricey waffle. Really,
I see.
really got Lego my ego. It was Lego and ego. So it was Aunt Jemima, and you wished it could turn into a waffle.
Oh, yeah. We
I,
should.
I wanted to know what the Lee waffle tasted like. In my adultness,
Hmm.
I'm just gonna go with the waffle because you cannot beat a already prepared Eggo waffle. I like mine a little crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. And how you do that? You pop them in the oven right as they get crispy on the outside. You take them out before they get too crispy. You pop them in the microwave for 30 seconds. It's the best of both worlds. And back up my reason. Food waffles were the only time we would get waffles.
Hmm.
Our parents weren't buying anybody's Eggo anything.
We ain't have no
Um,
waffle maker.
so they weren't gonna buy a waffle maker. They weren't gonna buy pre-made waffles. Wasn't in the budget. So we would get waffles when we would go to school, and they were always those really light. They felt like pancakes more than
Yeah.
waffles, spongy and soft. So yeah, school waffles, school bread. Shout out to Baquitos. Where are
Hey,
you?
hey, where are you? We need you now.
I am picking waffles.
I got you. I'm gonna go with waffles too, because of the simple fact, the best pancake, the crispiest edge pancake, does not compare to a good waffle. It just don't to me. That's just how I feel because I feel like a waffle is like all edge of a pancake. It feel like it's the entire edge of a. It feel like the entire waffle is just a big old edge piece. I'm like, this is amazing. Plus, you can't have chicken with pancakes. Chicken and pancakes is weird. It's really weird. I know because I've tried. I'm like, it's just the same batter. It shouldn't do anything. No, it ain't the same.
Waffles don't disrespect syrup the way
A pancake does.
pancakes want to suck up all the syrup, which makes you
Mm-hmm.
have enough syrup. Then you over syrup it. Whereas the waffle has all those nice little cups
It has
to
little.
hold free goodness called buttered flavor syrup.
It's so
And
convenient.
you see that you have it where you need it and you don't have to over flood Lee waffle with
It
syrup.
is so convenient. That's why I gotta go with waffles because one, I don't. Who says I want syrup on my chicken? I don't want syrup on my chicken. I like my food to stay separate. I don't like the stuff merging like that all the time. Especially if I got something that's breakfast and considered like dinner/lunch. I don't want them touching like that.
I don't want my sweet and savory touching.
No, I no. They need to be separated until I bring them together myself. I don't need them to be brought together on their own.
Plus, as a child, waffles keep you entertained. You can literally do geometry with those little squares.
You can.
You can build a house. You can do all kinds. You can cut it up. Listen,
And see, even now, I don't just pour syrup on my waffle. Nope. Each
waffles,
individual square gets filled up with syrup. Like, yeah,
waffles are giving. They're giving what needs to be gave.
yes, they are. And even now, I still fill up my waffles. Each little square gets its own little pocket of syrup. I'm like, yep, that's why I know everything has syrup on it, and I don't have to worry about that. So yeah,
Fill her up.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I can go with
So
a nice outside, fluffy on the inside every time.
every time, every single time, and I like, man. As much as I love pancakes,
Other thing where it just kills the pancake for me. Outside of like Eggo, if you go somewhere and get like a Belgian waffle, somebody that's making a waffle, it already comes.
it does. You ain't got to add much to it.
You don't got to do much to it because it already comes. Like you
Oh
make.
man. Oh,
I,
go
woke,
get a waffle. Mm.
I woke up like this. Come on, waffle.
Oh, come on now. Oh. Mm. Let me think about chicken and waffles. I ain't gonna eat it, but
Been to many restaurants, never got it.
oh, cousin. It depends on the restaurant though, because all waffles ain't the same where you go. It's not, but
Never been a fan or a high appeal of.
nah, it's just something about a solid waffle. And when you get a good waffle, ain't nothing like it. Even the best pancakes don't match up to a good waffle. They really
Pancakes ain't it? Even when you go out like to eat breakfast somewhere, pancakes are truly.
they are. They are. Unless you get Cracker Barrel pancakes, that's those ones that got the crispy edges. Those are the only other pancakes I like besides my own. Other than that, yeah.
Right.
Because IHOP pancakes, they fall apart. They fall apart when they fall apart when you look at them funny. Then it's pancakes. They're real fluffy, but that's about it. They're real fluffy. But okay, where my edge at? Ain't no edge on them.
That's something I never order when I go out anyway. Like I never order pancakes when I go out because I'm a fan of at home crispy edge
Mm-hmm.
pancakes when I go out for breakfast because it always comes standard and the same.
Right. And yeah, and I'm not a fan of those pancakes that crumble like that. It's just some about crumbly pancakes with no edges. Like I can't do it. It just aggravates me. It puts me in a bad mood for a meal I thoroughly enjoy, which is breakfast. I like eating breakfast. I like eating, period. So if I'm upset while I'm eating, I'm not gonna have a good time. Oh, but yeah, cousin, I said we didn't talk for about a good hour and a half, which is great because I missed you. I missed you for real. I'm like, man, where my cousin at? I know we got a whole bunch of crap going on and stuff, but man, I really missed you. I really missed you.
Out here in the trenches, you,
Yeah, we out in the trenches on the grind, gotta get stuff done, gotta make moves. I get it. But man, I was like, man, I miss my cousin. See, I ain't mad at you. Ain't mad at you. That's right. That's right.
guys, I have something
That's right.
I want to show you guys.
Let me see. Let's see it.
In my quest to not stay this size, I bring to you. Let me lean back so you can see the whole thing. I mean, it's a whole lot of cloth. My swim bottoms.
All right, let's get it, cousin. Come on now. Let's go.
And just in case I don't make it from one side to the other, my very visible swim top.
Let's get
You
it.
can, you can see this thing from space. You can me at the YMCA swimming mornings, Monday through Friday.
Let's go. Let's
Trying to
get it.
trying to be. I don't want to be a snack. That's how I got into this situation in the first place. I want to be. I can't say stallion because that's all Megs.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be. What's that little naked statue in Italy?
What, David?
Not David. I don't have a penis. Uh,
What? What, the Venus
Natalie.
Hollow or something?
I want to be Natalie. We're gonna call her Natalie.
All right, she Natalie. There's
I'm trying to.
a whole lot of naked statues overseas. I'm like, they all naked. They don't care
All,
about nudity over there.
all over there. I want to be Mother Africa.
Hey, there we go, right there.
Mother
There we
Africa.
go, right there. That's it. Come on, cousin. Let's get it. Let's get it.
That's where y'all gonna find me Monday through Fridays.
I Well, we definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in with us and enjoying our shenanigans and whatnot, and us catching up with each other because we ain't have a lengthy conversation in about 2.5 weeks or so. Like, man, I really miss my cousin. Showing up, like, I miss my cousin. I'm like, I miss her. So again, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. We will catch y'all on the flip side.
Did he flip?
Peace. Peace.
Lord, I'll be looking better at some point, so y'all can give a sister a brand deal.
Straight, hey. We accept all brand deals, okay? Every single last one of them. I don't care what the product is. As long as I know it works, you got my support, and I am I will be a proud ambassador for it. Okay, proud ambassador for it.
Amen, amen.
All right, y'all. Peace. Holla at your cousin.